Hello there, Blueberry Pie. Today we're going to have a look at the continued Bitcoin price action, and we're going to go through some Bitcoin Maxis with their hypocrisy. It's going to be very fun, friends. Have a look at this. We just saw the SEC do the fake scam announcement where they reject the Bitcoin filings, but then they say, no, it's just inadequate. And then we zip down and we zip back up. This is a follow-up video, friends. Don't forget, this price action is very normal for this part of the cycle. There are knee jerks everywhere because we are not in full-on range mode. I can show you this right now. So we've seen this. Sorry, we're not in full-on. We are in full-on range mode. We're not in like one-way momentum mode. So you can see this. We came back down. We've come back up. What am I specifically talking about? Well, after we flip a trend, this is the weekly Bitcoin trend, right? Super trend. After we flip a trend, we are going to be stuck in a range for quite some time. And then we get some significant bursting. If you notice, when we flipped red, we entered the bear market. We were actually still kind of range bound, but then we began the one-way death and destruction. And if we go back to the previous time we went to the bull modes, yes, we started off at the start, bit of rangy, and then we went up. Also, it happened towards 2021 after the zombie virus, right? It was a bit of range mode, and then the bull market started heating up. So that's what we expect right now. It's part of the Wall Street cheat sheet. Of course, hope and disbelief is getting rinsed. But today, friends, we're going to look at something also very cute and interesting that it's happening right now, and it's to do with Bitcoin Maxi. So have a look at this. Of course, okay, so Laser Eye Blog Swan was literally trying to convince Bitcoin noobs to mortgage their house to buy Bitcoin and then to deposit to Bitcoin, the Bitcoin to Prime Trust. Do you remember I made this video just in Bitcoin Maxi Ponzi drama? Here you have now Corey he has a lot of enemies in crypto pretty much. Corey he's a bit of a fire breather. He's just anti-everything, anti-crypto, anti-altcoins, anti-whatever. And a lot of people will bring up his past to try to throw shade on him. And by the way, friends, like, subscribe, press the bell button and all. Thank you very much. Look at this. I missed one. Okay, so Corey, I think he did the ICO, or he was one of the promoters for EOS. Yes, EOS. So he used to be a poop coiner himself. He believes he found the way, the light, like a miracle happened, and now he comes to shield Bitcoin only. But of course, this is why I want you to learn something, friends. You see, Bitcoiners believe they are pure. So always, every Maxi camp believes they're pure. Every coin has a Maxi camp. They always believe they are pure. Don't forget this. This is in every single asset class too. This is even in gold. There are just pure Maxis, of course. And of course, there are the same things in Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has a very I'm pure approach. We're completely decentralized. They all believe mostly that Ethereum is a Ponzi scam and it's a pre-mine and all of these, it's hilarious to see. But luckily I cover this for you because now you get to see hypocrisy play out and why I'm doing it. So we don't really care about, who cares about Corey himself? Don't worry, he blocks everybody on Twitter. No one really cares about him. It's about the message I want you to see. This plays out time and time again, and now we have a good live example for you to see. So here you go, Corey going, this is huge. Put some of your home equity into Bitcoin with one of the set documents. Keep 80% of Bitcoin price upside. So here we go, even Mr. Raul Powell saying he's literally the worst person in the space. It's very funny to see this. So why is this important, friends? You see, because you already know. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out. We are in altcoins because they go up. The crypto casino is a crypto casino. Bitcoin is at the heart of the casino. Yes, just because Bitcoin has different odds compared to the rest of the game doesn't mean it's still in the casino. Yes, we are playing like, we're basically doing cockroach wrestling and Bitcoin is like blackjack. It's about 50-50 odds, right? Not completely, but it's almost 50-50 or it's baccarat, okay? Yes, we are in the degenerate part. We're doing scorpion fighting, cockroach racing, all the other wild, eccentric games. That's what we're out here doing at the carnival, all right? So if you notice here, so Corey is a diehard Bitcoin only, Bitcoin Maxi fan, and Swan Bitcoin only has a buy only button. You can't sell Bitcoin on the exchange. They take your fiat, they give you Bitcoin and let you withdraw. But they had a custodian, and of course, Prime Trust was running a Ponzi. They lost the keys in December 2021. It was covered in my video, and it was literally running a Ponzi. And it's just very, very hypocritical because this could have been solved with Chainlink and Ethereum. Yes, this is the sad part. This is why I guess he actually tilted so much. It's because he kept saying altcoins are useless, they're all trash, but you could have solved this if you had Chainlink proof of reserves, right? You see this proof of reserves. So they could have just hooked it up to an API. Chainlink are actually supporting banks. They're actually doing it with banks now. They can, and obviously they're in testing phases, but they can just show customers, hey, the money is in a pool. Here's the bank account, and you can see it all there. And you don't even have to do it with bank accounts themselves because they had the Bitcoin in certain wallets. That's what happened with Prime Trust. But what ended up happening, unfortunately, friends, this is a crazy part. So their own custodian, Swan's own custodian, what they started doing was they lost the Bitcoin. Now they have to try and make it up. So, I mean, they haven't got the full information yet, but you can kind of deduce because they had 30% of their book as audio, which is a poop music coin, which I bought, by the way, audio. They were basically buying that. So effectively, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out, friends. You can come and see it yourself. If I quickly have a look at audio BTC, right? Audius BTC. Obviously, what they were trying to do was, oh, no, it didn't work out for them, friends. So obviously, they're probably long, hoping it just comes back up somewhere here, and then they can get out. So remember, this is Audius BTC. So if this chart goes up, you gain Bitcoin. So effectively, let's say they had lost 5,000 Bitcoin. They lost 5,000 Bitcoin. If you own a lot of the Audius and you get your punt right, obviously you got to be right about this one. Okay, let's say you converted 5,000 Bitcoin around here. You had a big supply, right? If it went up just to here, you will make a 4x on that. So your 5,000 Bitcoin will be total worth 20,000 Bitcoin. And you can start to get out because this is a performance versus Bitcoin. And of course, it blew up beforehand because the Fed started raising rates, collapsed the industry, and they could not survive with the Ponzi. Now, here's where the drama comes, okay? Because all of this drama, it's going to keep happening in crypto and finance itself. Okay, here's the problem. The problem is Bitcoin maxis will always talk Bitcoin only. They will. They will say to you, abstinence, abstinence, abstinence. Stay away from the gambling. Stay away from everything. And it's good principles to live your life by. But here's the problem. The problem is Bitcoin maxis themselves will chase leverage. Bitcoin maxis, right? So Corey here. Corey going, yes, he's even talking about putting your home equity. Yay, mortgage, mortgage. Now, they won't use degen words. They won't say, go and do a 5x long. Effectively, that's what you're doing, by the way. All right, so you go and do a 5x long. Go and do a 1.3x leverage long. They won't use those words. They will not use these words. They'll use other words. Borrow against your house. Use some of the equity in the house. They'll use other nicer real estate type of words because they're not degens like us, right? Even though everybody's pretty much a degen, friend. So the hypocrisy is everywhere. You can see it right now. So there's two paths that you can take. All of us who love Bitcoin, most people are not actually Bitcoin maxis, but the people in the Bitcoin maxi camp, even though there are people like this with Corey who do this, and obviously you know we'd never do anything like this, but you need him there. You want him there. Corey blocks me and every single other person on Twitter where he can't handle them. But you need these type of people there. These people support the network, friends. These people, they actually keep it going. They are the ones who bring in people to Bitcoin. I know it's crazy because you need people like this with die-hard belief. So a lot of people, they like get real bad negative animosity towards it, but you can't think about it like that. Every single temple has the priest. You need the monk there who's completely 100% devoted. Corey's in there for the Bitcoin camp. And trust me, there are people in the Ethereum camp like that too. There are people in every single camp. And they're absolutely necessity. Now, as we uncover this, right, it's very, 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 very obvious. Right? Very obvious that leverage is going to be a part of everyone in crypto's life. Everyone. And of course we know why. Because Bitcoin is slowing down. Bitcoin's slowing down. There is no other way to argue it. It's impossible to look at this chart. Of course, Bitcoin is absolutely getting crushed, friends. It used to give, okay, look at this cycle from the low to the high. You know this, right? From the low to the high, 600x. And then the next one, a 100x. And then the next one, only a 20x. This is with infinite QE and 0% interest rates, by the way. So, man, like, you know, if it just keeps going to a 5x, you can't do anything. And look, Bitcoin's 30,500. Look how much you make at the scam top. Wow, 174%. Congratulations. You risked See, you might say, what's wrong with 174%? It's risk and reward. There is no guarantee that we can even go up there. You know this because you're a baby doll with a straight back, you wear your fluffy slippers. This can go to zero. Yeah, I don't like the idea of that, but it can. Who are we kidding? We know all this manipulation, all this scamming. There is no guarantee that the future is going to happen tomorrow. But you're going to have to pay me more than 165%, like especially you, right? Most people here, what's your average? Most people's average clip size is less than 550K. Sure, if you're doing a 500K clip, whatever, throw some savings, throw your 500 to 900K into Bitcoin. Congratulations, take your 2.5x and you'll get out. But for the rest of us, it's not. So you might say, okay, how can anyone possibly disagree with me? The problem is I've only got my top stopping here. Most people, like Corey, for example, they'll believe like by eventually it's $1 million, 500K. So just to let you know, in every single stock market boom, in every single stock market bubble, in every single stock market and asset top, the big scammers, the big people, the insiders who are dumping, they always convince retail there's another 3x to go. And I'm not making this number up. I am not making that number up. 3x to go, which is plus 200%. They will always say that. You can go back, look at the train stocks bubble, go look at the journals from different stock market investors. Jesse Livermore, go look at JP Morgan. If you go read a lot of the material from people in the 1900s, 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way through the stock market beginnings, I promise you right now, they always talk about, the insiders talk about, well, you have to convince the people that there's another 3x left in there, another 2 to 3x, right? The absolute minimum is a double. The absolute minimum. You got to convince retail there's another 2 to 3x to go every single time. And you'll notice that even at the top, right? Look at Bitcoin. Yeah, it's about 50K. We should have like just one more 2x to go at least. You see that? That's a very, very powerful and also dangerous thing because no one ever thinks there's another 10%. They'll never tell anybody there's another 10% or even plus 50%. It's always there's another 2 to 3x to go. So now you've seen the hypocrisy. We know Bitcoin's diminishing, and I pray, friends, yeah, just because of higher odds, I don't know the future either, right? I hope we go 300K. Man, that'll be great if we get some sort of white swan. But at the end of the day, you get to see everyone's playing the casino. Even Bitcoin maxis are playing the casino. They're still showing people, hey, this is a leverage, right? So what they're doing is they are seeking higher gains. They know that the returns are getting crushed in Bitcoin. So they will do whatever they can to just shill anything but altcoins. They don't want to do anything to do with Ethereum, nothing to do with smart contracts, nothing to do with Chainlink or enhancing the world with smart contracts, with anything else, right? Anything to do with anything. You can't even use the word portfolio to them. Their portfolio is just 99.99% Bitcoin and the other is USD. So it's funny, like it's all interesting. They'll approve US dollar poop coin, which they're basically like going to war against. They'll approve that and borrowing and playing with that, but they won't approve crypto and altcoins and the whole crypto industry. It's just, this is what it is. It's because of competition. You know why? It's because Bitcoin dominance over the long term, it's been going down. It's losing to Bitcoin, losing to Ethereum. It hasn't got use case. It's not moving as fast. And this is just what happens. This is how stars go supernova sometimes. Now, of course, all the old money, the big money is going to still keep DCing into Bitcoin, but you need exponentially larger amounts, right? And friends, also want to talk something else to you about today. So I've unlocked some achievements. This is actually very funny. Okay, so the first one, the scammers came. I noticed that scammers started making profile updates of me and just copying me, which is very funny. Of course, please never respond to them. I try to block all of them as I can. On Twitter as well, they've got me spamming, accusing me of scamming. They're trying to do the whole reverse psychology to Twitter, trying to accuse me of AI. So this was the first one, right? And I was like, wow, we're actually making an impact. The next one, exchanges message me for deals. I think I've got a message from every single exchange. Probably half of them are fake, half of them are real. I don't even check. Always in the DMs. They always want to cut some sort of deal. There's also people out there who, I'm not going to tell you, but like I had no idea these people in certain other altcoin communities, they were actually part of exchange deals themselves. People who've never spoken about trading. They're trying to basically shill me into the trainings, the industry of doing it. So just to let you know, like, and these are people who you might say they got a good heart. They post funny memes, different altcoin communities, and I never would have expected it because they don't shill it themselves. What they try to do is they try to shill new and upcoming people, and they try to get a cut from it themselves in the background. So it's this whole industry, friends. There's a lot of snakes. I'm gonna have to put a snake emoji here just to remind us right? That there's a lot of snakes in this industry. So number 3, projects messaging for ICO pump and dumps. I get this like literally every 3 to 5 days, ICOs. Obviously, I'll never do any of them. Just for morals and ethics, I don't care. They can go to somewhere else. But of course, friends, if you ever make content out there and you get messages from people, just assume 99.9% of them, they're trying to send you a file for you to open, and then you will get a Trojan and they'll steal all your keys. That's exactly what they do. There's a lot of these Chinese and North Korean companies. They will copy paste Steam games, and what they'll do is they'll try to get you to review it, and they'll say, "Oh, we'll give you like 3,000 if you review it." But then you open it and you think you're reviewing the game, but what you're actually doing is you installed a Trojan horse or a keylogger on your PC. Yeah, and just a copy pasted game from Steam, and you don't know it. So then I got the death threats as well. I started getting death threats I got 2 different death threats, so I'll pat myself on the back for that. Thank you very much, friends. People go extremely violent when the red candles come. I understand, but you're arguing to the wrong guy. I'm trying to make the candles go green. It's funny, right? So I was very proud of that one. Okay, so now we're on to number 5. People making scam coins about me. There are scam coins, people trying to put my names, trying to put my memes, different things I create just in our cute little universe here. People are trying to put coins out there and trying to pump and dump it and whatever. But hey, you shouldn't fall for any of these because you are smarter than the rest of the cookies. Okay, now number 6, we unlocked a new achievement today. We now have an actual psycho. So there are actual schizophrenic psychos out there making wild accusations from people I don't know, misconstruing sentences, just completely fabricating things, making things up, and they're coming one after the other. And I was like, wow, finally. I mean, I knew they were out there, but it's just a matter of time. So here we go. But there are still a long list of things to come, friends. So there will be fake scam paid groups. I see this with other influencers. What they will do is they're going to try to be me. They're going to make Telegram groups, and they're going to just put everything similar to my own style and content. Say, hey, I've got a new coin, or I've got a new whatever, and hey, buy this. So I'm making trading recommendations. So of course, I'm being listened to and I'm being watched by them right now. So I'd like you to know, of course, I will never do anything like this whatsoever. Of course, what comes next? The AI videos and voice. That'll come very, very close soon. I mean, I showed you ones. I mean, it fooled me with one of the dudes doing it. So they'll put your AI voice. There's an AI synthesizer. All it's got to do is listen to your voice for literally 6 seconds. 6 to 10 seconds of your voice from anywhere, and it will just give you any word that you want. You can type sentences from that person's word. So it's obviously all of them going to be fake. Don't trust anything. Don't buy anything, friends. Number 9 is a honeypot trap. I imagine just someday some mistress-looking lady's going to come in a coat and try to lure me in a hotel room just like they do in Russia, and probably try to see where I keep my secret fluffy slippers. No one's getting them. You'll never honeypot trap me, friends. And of course, 10 more to come. So this was just very, very funny. I'm noticing just this stream of things happening just as I'm being in the community, and all of these are starting to come. I've also noticed, this is very interesting, I've noticed in groups where I'm out to communicate and gather information, unfortunately, there are people who I don't even reply to them, but even if I'm literally replying to someone with just like a laughing face emoji, just a laughing face emoji, no context, no nothing, and I'll just receive hate messages straight away. Hate messages, constantly trying to be targeted. But this is just what the population is. So it's just very interesting to see this come out. I'm going to continue doing my work, friends. Don't worry, no one can stop me, because hey, ultimately at the end of the day, we're all in this together and we're still going to make it. Now, all these people, they can suck it. But you know who's not going to suck it, friends? You, because you're my friend, you're my baby doll. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. We have a lot more to come. The SEC, we did a little bounce back. Let's see if we can keep continuing. And of course, please do your best. Stay away from leverage. Leverage on your home is just like leveraging on Bybit or any of the other exchanges. It is dangerous because you have a forced exit point. In crypto, we know they can go 99% down. The black swan, the zombie virus can come. Any of these can happen at any time. You need to be able to sleep safe and sound. Just like how you are safe and sound with me. I'm going to catch you in the next one, friends.